Here's a tip for everybody. Tip at a restaurant. Hello everyone, welcome back to another analysis video. Today we're going to be taking a look at tipping in America, and if you don't do it, you're kind of a dick. But here are the arguments to where if you don't want to tip, it's okay, and I'm going to debunk all of them. If you have any claim that, tipping is unnecessary, listen, I am someone who would rather pay the tip than restaurants take over. You do realize you have the privilege of getting to pay for a service, right? If restaurants decided how much you pay their servers, then they could just include it in your bill and either A, jack up the food cost, or B, just add the tip mandatory. You realize you have that luxury. If I was a company owner, I would just sneak in like a 30% mandatory tip. Yeah, 30%. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That's why you have the luxury of paying 15% if you choose. Hell, 10% is better than nothing. But that's the one argument, like, ooh, companies can just pay their servers. Why don't they? Because it would jack your price up. It would jack up everybody's price. Imagine that. Imagine a family that can only afford like a $3 tip, and because your cheap ass didn't want to give a $10 tip, now everybody has to pay a $15 tip. Isn't that cool? Isn't that privilege? Isn't that entitlement? Yeah, it falls on everybody else. You refuse to pay for a service, so they make it mandatory. The next argument is, they chose the job. Why should I have to pay for it? That's a very valid claim if you're an asshole. They chose the job. Why should I have to pay? Well, because you're receiving treatment. You are receiving a service, and the fact that you don't want to pay for it means you feel like you're entitled to it. Nowhere in any legal action does it say a restaurant has to wait on you hand and foot. Maybe it's in their business policy. Maybe it's in company policy that they have servers. Cracker Barrel, Applebee's, hell, Frisch's all have servers. And you are expected to tip them as such because they do not make a proper wage. You are demanding a service and refusing to pay for it. Imagine if that's how everything worked. Let me give you an example. I have a computer. I bought it through Best Buy. If I have any complaints, I can take it to Best Buy and their services will take a look at my computer and run a diagnostic free of charge. It comes with the job. However, I have to pay $200 for this service and then I get access whenever I need it. So I bought the computer and then I pay for the optional service. That's how that works. You are paying for an optional service. I don't get how this is hard to understand. And yes, I'm referring to Geek Squad. Geek Squad is the optional service. You don't have to have it, you don't have to pay for it, but if you want to use it, you either pay for it every time, or you pay one time and you get it for free, quote unquote, for like a year or two. But you still pay for the service. I don't understand this mentality of, ooh, you chose the job with that pay. Yeah, because you're wanting a service. Someone has to be paid to do that service. The company's not paying them because it would be massively expensive. That's why the responsibility falls on you. And here's the tricky part. Here's the fun part that some of you people just don't understand. You pay for it no matter what. Either they make it mandatory or it's optional. So I don't understand the mentality of, oh, why should I have to pay you for this? The company should pay you. You mean you paying the company should pay them? It's either you pay them directly or you pay the company to pay them. See, that's how that works, right? You either get to pay a much higher cost of food to cover the fact that not everybody's tipping, like you, because you're kind of a dick, or you pay just $3. Just drop $3. Drop $5. Do you have $5? Anyone who makes at least $9 an hour can drop $5 for a meal. If you can't afford to tip, either tell them ahead of time or get your food to go. But when you sit there and you demand to be waited on hand and foot, and then you don't tip because you think you're too good for it or that they chose the stupid job, what are you doing? Spectrum. You pay extra for services for them to come to your house. It's in the package. You get a haircut. You go in, the more complex your haircut, you are paying for that extra care. You are paying for that extra. Hear the word there? Extra. That's what you're paying for. You are paying for the extra luxury of care to your hair. You are paying to have people bring things to you. You pay for people to look at your computer. You pay for the service directly after buying the product. I do not understand the mentality of tipping being unnecessary. It is completely baffling to me that people think this way. And I just assume it's because you're entitled. you think that you're above everybody and that the world owes you something. The world owes you nothing. You are entitled to nothing. Just tip the damn server. Thank you guys for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.